We're on computer. Okay, hello and welcome to tonight's team meeting. This is going to be collaborative, so if you have any input or feedback or anything, like, this is for us to communicate. I have loved how we've shifted Monday nights and how it's all a collaboration. I know that I posted in the chat kind of what we should talk about. Amanda kind of had this idea, and then we were kind of brainstorming on some things, and I have been feeling like my systems aren't the best, or like they've evolved and they've shifted. And I think sometimes your systems do evolve and shift as you evolve and shift. So I feel like I'm hopeful that this is beneficial to everyone. I'm kind of curious, are you happy with your systems right now? Or is this something that you also have been kind of needing, kind of maybe like a revamp or a shift in your systems? I'm just wondering who else is feeling that way. And so again, if you have any input, please, by all means, share. I'm going to share my screen because, like I said, I literally whip these up in 2 seconds. I'm not even lying. I was like, airdrop all these photos to my computer. So just know that, like, it doesn't have to be crazy. I just copy and pasted this from the last time and just tweaked the slides. So I only say that because I don't want people to feel like they have to have these things to be successful, because you do not have to have these things to be successful. Can y'all see this? I'm not going to share it bigger. I just wanted to just go through these slides. I can make it a little bigger like this. Okay. So how to cultivate a confident team. And I originally was going to call this how to create the best team, but I felt like cultivate and confident is more us. And this is based off of a training that was at Summit in the Diamond Track. So if you were in the Diamond Track, you might remember this. So Erin Hopkins and her success partner, or I kind of like to call it like a business partner. I feel like success sometimes it's like, well, what is success, right? It's really just when you support one another. So a support partner in business talked a lot about this and what they do. And then also Emily Favre had a checklist as well. So I incorporated both. So we can kind of go through both of these and see what's going to be the best fit. We have the coach checklist made already. So this is something that was created a while ago. Gabby made it, and then I copy and pasted it, and then tweaked it myself, kind of guide culture, conversationed it a little. Conversation to word, constructed it, I guess is actually the better word. And then went from there. So we can talk about this when it comes to the text message idea. And also I wanted to welcome back Rose. I'm so excited. And if you saw my post in the team page, she mentioned how her friend, I think it was her friend, mentioned how she wants the mixed bike. And she was like, it's just proof of the pudding that if you stay consistent, someone's going to come back or want to join at some point. So I think that was a great reminder for all of us that if maybe sometimes seasons feel slower or it doesn't feel like people are joining, they're watching. They are going to be ready when it's their time. And we get to show that, like, she hasn't really been sharing about coaching or Beachbody, but this person has obviously been thinking about it. So that's really cool and exciting. I'm just excited for her. And she's been a rock star PC and client in her own journey. So I'm just excited for her to have this extension of business. A few announcements I just wanted to throw up that if you're not familiar, all of these are happening. I hope you're using your promo codes and talking about that. We have that all the way through the end of the year, but this is something that you can use kind of just in conversations. And then announcements, the mix bundle. So something I wanted to actually talk and touch about on this is what a great deal it is, but also to just be considerate of what someone wants. So I want to read something really quick from my 2 to 5 star Central Region thread. And Andrew's been sick. So your iPad's in Bentley's room. Go have Bentley help you find it, okay? Hold on. Okay. 10-year-old brother. He got it. Thank you. Okay, so basically something that they were talking about is how while this is a great deal, long term it might not be. So yes, they get access to Bod and Body for 3 years, but that also doesn't mean, that means that we're actually missing out on some commission. So it just depends on what that person wants. So say they don't want Energize, Recover, this would be a great option for them. But say they do want to get a bundle pack. So someone said, hold on. She says, of course, just thinking you're also giving up the easy SC points and opportunity to get them on a nutritional each year with the Bod Body subscription. And really, if you do the math, you aren't getting as much as over the 3-year period, even if they only got the Bod Body subscription. Is there going to still be the typical pricing and offering too, or is this just going to replace the other bike offers? Was going to price crunch to see if it makes sense, blah, blah. And then Bailey said, you're right, paying for the mix plus bike as a coach because you make a commission back if you buy under a spouse account. I think 3 years of Bod Body is huge for that price. It's about $200 you're paying, and 3 years of Body is $700 alone. And then she said, hold on, sorry, there's so many messages. Okay, and she said, thoughts more on this. And to be honest, you're right. I think offering this to PC and coaches might not matter as much because Body, commission, Bod is volume really. So like you're not already going to get commission for PCs and coaches, right? Whatever. But it also is for the ones that rely on Body commission monthly in their paychecks. And for that, $346 commissions, we aren't getting paid. If you break it down, that's 6 challenge pack commissions, not even including $100 for the bike. So she said, if you have 20 people subscribed to Body monthly for a year, that's $1,650 commissions right there you're not getting. So you have to look at this as like a business perspective also. So yes, it's a great deal maybe for some people, and then it is a good commission. I'm not saying it's not, but it really just depends on what that person wants. Maybe they want the nutritional, so getting the bundle first and then the bike. So again, just be aware, just be your own boss, right? And see whatever is going to be best for that person. So I just wanted to like put that out there. I was going to message it in our thread, but I was like, we have our team meeting tonight, so I can just share that on tonight, because that has been something that my 2 to 5 star mastermind has been blowing up talking about. And then also, I don't know if you saw on Autumn's Instagram, but she's going to have the first ever quote unquote a healthy obsession, which is going to be hour-long workouts. And the Body price is dropping. So up here, it says the September 15th Bod and Body annual subscription price is being reduced. So if you have Body, you get access to the A Healthy Obsession hour-long, and it's going to be live. So the 3 weeks are going to happen. I believe she's starting in October. Don't quote me on that. But this is going to be the first ever hour-long workouts on Body. So I thought that was a really cool thing. So, okay. So how this flow is going to work is how to support clients better. We're going to kind of run through quickly these options of the PDF versus text message option / email. And then we can mastermind, make up the worksheet together. Cause I figured I could pull it up. We can collab on kind of wording what to say. And then I'll share it with you guys so you guys can tweak it as well. Put your team names, however you want to, whatever you want to do with it. But I figured getting kind of the baseline done together and then go with it. Sound good? Anyone have any questions or anything? Any wins this week? Anything you want to share? Just type in the chat, because I love hearing wins and I want to celebrate our wins. Okay, so this is the very first. Can you all see this? Okay, I'm gonna make it bigger. So this is the first one. So Emily Favre has a coach one, but then she talked about this new client checklist at Summit. So feeling supported since day one, and we can like zoom in and kind of tweak what she had said. So join our group here, introduce yourself to the group, take your before pictures, pick which program you want to do. So maybe if they're not going to be doing 4 weeks for everybody, this is generic for everyone. And then log into Beachbody on demand. So those are the first 5 steps. That's pretty simple. Like that's really everything you're going to do anyways, but it gives them this guide of what to do. And then the second, oh shoot, hold on. I definitely have the, what's it called? I
have the second one, I believe. Or at least I thought I did. Okay, well, I can find it after this. Oh, is it this one? Yeah, it is.
Lily, it's plugged in at your chair. Go tell Bentley. It's at your chair. Okay. So then there's this one right here. Hold on a sec. Let me go help her really quick. Okay, sorry, I'm back. Okay, so this is 6 through 10. So it would be know how to follow the meal plan. So going over, and so this would be a great checklist to have ready for like your one-on-one. So maybe if you're having one-on-ones and you don't know what to do, this would be a great option to start first, and then kind of going into the text messaging that we're going to talk about after this one-on-one. So they talk about the email, like the initial email. So maybe this could go in the initial email, and then you could have the text message to follow up. So I kind of like how it went all together. 7 is eating healthy doesn't have to be boring, going over that, kind of introducing them to some of Alana's videos that she talks about this and how to work around that feeling. Know what supplements you'll be using. Obviously, if they got started with a bundle, introduce them to the benefits. And this is where, if you've taken guide culture, you have that tilt, which, by the way, if you've been thinking of guide culture, last day to sign up for this next cohort is September 30th. And then keeping you updated. So keep updated on the progress. So, hey, like check into the group. This is where we can stay accountable. In my group, we have a weekly thread. So introducing them to wherever it is they should be checking in. So they're just aware. Remember how we always talk about, or how we say often, like a confused mind doesn't take action. So the less confused they feel, they will want to take action in these things. So it's really just about simplifying this for them so they feel confident in what they're supposed to be doing and the value behind the accountability. Like, it's not just to post in the group so that there's engagement. It's to post in the group so that they stay accountable. Like, I know that if I'm not going to post in the group, I'm not staying accountable in my own goals and my own journey, and people are going to notice that. And I don't want that. So I do that for myself because it keeps me accountable. So really pinning it on that, on how it's going to help them stay accountable. And then lastly, going all in, and really the value behind going all in, why this matters, and all that. And then needing my help, have questions. I honestly don't mind giving people my number. Up to you. You can say email, you can say text, whatever works for you, DM on Instagram. But I don't mind giving people my numbers because my goal is to help 3 new people a month. Like, I don't have crazy high Success Club numbers. It's 3 to 5. And so if I'm helping these people get started at the beginning, I want to know, or I want them to know that they can have access to me. And that might change, that might evolve. I don't know. But right now that's what I still am focused on. Okay. So then going into the texting. So this is a simple checklist. We do have one for coaches that I will share with you again if for some reason you don't have access to that. And then I made a copy and paste that we can edit the new boot camper. She has the checklist for a brand new boot camper is what she calls it. Okay. So then this was really cool to learn about, is the texting. Okay. So she talks about how I convert customers to coaches. And one thing I want to share is Erin and her, I forget what her name was. Evie, do you remember Erin Hopkins? And I forget the name. Anyways, I think has been a coach for 6 or 7 years. And this like really helped her see success in her business with helping her coaches. And she was the one that said that it took her, all of her diamonds, 12 no's. Like, she literally followed up with every single one of her current diamonds and they all said no to her for a year straight. So if that doesn't say anything, I don't know what, but I thought that was a really great thing that she shared, because it's true. Like, it just is really about following up and staying consistent, and you staying consistent. So people know that when they do join you, you're not just going to fall off. You're not just going to dip out when things get hard. People want a coach that they know that they can rely on. People are hiring you to help coach them, right? Like, you are their coach. So switch that mindset in your head and take this seriously. So first, send the welcome email. So if that's the PDF or you have another one, and then you follow up by text. Hey, I just emailed you all the details. Let me know when you are planning on starting and which fitness program and nutrition program that you choose. Let's figure out which one works best for you. This is where I would probably say I would love to have a one-on-one with you to help you get set up. Let me know when a time works for you. Here's my Calendly link. If for some reason none of these times work for you, let me know. We'll figure it out. Text. So then the next day, today's day 1, make sure you log your workout in the group and track your nutrition. What did you think about the workout? So just checking in with them. How are you feeling? How did it make you feel? Really being there for them in their text. Day 2, check in. And of course, this could go different, because if they are responding, right? Like, you could maybe, you will tweak it, but it's good to have a baseline text, but I still would tweak it to whatever the person is going through or is doing. And then, how's your nutrition been the past 2 days, etc. The water as well. This tends to be the hardest part. So don't hesitate to reach out to me for help. Like, really just letting them know you're there for help, to help them see success. And then day 5. So then you don't text them maybe for a few days, or you can, whatever you want, but they're probably going to check in with the group if you stay this consistent. So this would be a great way to also tag them in the group. And you can say, hey, I've loved seeing you show up in our accountability group. How are you feeling? Tell me a win that you had this week. Because it's their first week. And that's a huge deal, because we all know the first, 3 to 5 days, like after the first 3 days, the day 3 to 5 can be the hardest. So that's a huge win. And if they, quote unquote, fell off, that's okay. Let's just jump right back on. Talk maybe about James Clear, give them a boost of confidence, a boost of belief, that it doesn't have to be perfect. This is for longevity, right? It's a lifestyle. It's not just this for this next month. And then the weekend check-in, want to check in for the weekend. The weekend can be hard. How are you feeling? Anything I can do to support you in this weekend? Again, we can tweak this verbiage, because I'm sitting here looking at it like I'm already tweaking it as I'm talking. Like, I'm not even reading it, because I wouldn't say that, but that's okay, right? Like, we all have our own jam. And this, again, was a summit training, so they probably had to generalize it as well a little bit for summit. And then I have that twice. So then day 10. So you're doing amazing and you're showing up. Do you notice a difference? Have you taken week 1 progress photos? Like, I actually would really encourage doing week by week progress photos, because we always talk about the scale and how it doesn't always show a difference. And so encouraging them, like, I was talking to a friend of mine who wanted to do bar, and she was like, I don't want to take progress photos. Like, I'm going to literally cry if I take them. And I was like, but that's the point. Like, you want to have those. You will be so bummed if you don't have those, because it might be hard to see your success when you're seeing yourself every single day. So really encouraging them and pouring that belief, like, you don't have to look at them, just take them, hide them, and then you can take progress photos and see how you evolve, because you're going to want that. So Erin talked about the results were that she recruited more customers and coaches, and they talked a lot about how their coaches are always customers first. And I was like, we've always talked about this, and I don't feel like it's talked enough about in this network. And it's like, recruit coaches. It's like, well, that's great, but to be honest, it's not always the best. So really helping them see their wins first, it really helps them have that success as a coach first, because you're so excited to share, right? Like, you've had wins, you've seen success, and now you feel like you can take some people along this journey with you. My new coaches were helping their first person sooner because of this process. She said more of my coaches were hitting Success Club consistently because of this process, because they had and have a journey to share and talk about, and her volume increased. And if you know any, like, I know we talk about Success Club, but again, I'm really hoping Carl makes an announcement about how this is changing to be volume based, especially after this mixed bike announcement, which kind of makes me think that that's what's happening, which would be amazing because I truly feel like in this business to make an income, it's volume. It's not Success Club. Yes, Success Club is the foundation of having consistency, but make sure you're tracking your volume. Like volume is everything. And if you ever want myself to look at your back office, look at your volume, see what we can tweak, see how we can navigate that, like I am more than happy to, because that's where you will see more success in income. Come here. What's up? No, but not playing the drum right now. Okay. And so then basically she was just pointing out the road to elite. APV is recruit. PS +1 is helping the first person sooner. Success Club consistently PSSC. And then, yeah, go ask Bentley, please. Go ask Bentley or dad. And then my volume increased with APV. So that is, it's so funny how everyone else is here, but for some reason, mom is still the star of the show. Okay. But it's fine because I know you all don't care. But it's more me that cares. Okay. So anyway, so that's really the process. And so then I have not done a spreadsheet yet, but I did create one that's totally blank and wanted to like zoom in on this. Whoa, it's really zoom. Okay, give me 1 sec. Okay. Give me 1 sec. Go ask dad. Okay, thank you. Can you shut the door, please? Thank you. Okay, thank you. Bye. Wow. She just told me to knock it off. Okay. Knock it off. Okay. Wonder where she hears that from. And so anyway, so this is kind of like the welcome email. So like goes through your process. So we can create this and then it has the text all right here. So then that way it's simplified and all the texts are right here. So anyway, so she said like, again, why is recruit enough customers each month? We're not asking people to coach, we're creating the belief that they can succeed in this business. So it's truly about like helping them see and believe in themselves, which makes them want to coach because people are going to start asking them, right? Like if they're happier, if they're healthier, if they have more energy, like especially if they're going into work and things like that, people are going to notice and be like, what are you doing? Like why are you all of a sudden chipper? Like you haven't been chipper, right? And so then they'll say, oh, well, I've been, consistent with my workouts. I work out from home. And they'll be like, what do you do? So anyway, so it says recruit customers, create a follow system. Hey, please stop it. No, get off. So yeah, be resilient, follow the road to elite, create duplication. So it'll help you create more duplication. Okay, so let's mastermind. But before we do that, I wanted to open it up to anyone. If you have anything to share, and I'll reshare my screen and I'm going to go set up PBS Kids for her so that she stops telling me to knock it off. But I'm here listening. So if anyone wants to share anything. Everyone's has perfect systems. Amanda, you want to share something?
I was just going to say, I'm really glad that we're going over this because I feel like I'm finally mentally ready to just go all in on my business. And that's why this topic was really helpful, or why I thought it would be really helpful, because if I feel confident in following up with my clients, I know that that will help me succeed with my business and getting coaches, because that's what I feel like I've always heard is your clients become your best coaches. And I feel like, I want to live that out, being Evie's client first and becoming a coach. And I want to be a great leader in that way too. So I think it's just a great way to start this kind of system for myself. And I know we have some ladies coming back like Danielle and Talia's really going hard, and Molly and Rosie or Rose.
Rose, yeah.
Rose. So I just think it's just a great time for us to kind of create a good system that we can all flow with and go for gold.
Yes, I totally agree. Yeah, and I think especially like if it's working. I feel like especially with feeling confident in systems, you'll want to, it's okay, I'm going. You'll want to invite more, right? Or like you'll want to talk about these things more because you will feel more confident in what it is that you have to offer. I think a lot of times when I get thrown off with what I guess want to offer is when I don't feel like my systems are in place and or aligned. And I think that's been how I've been feeling. I've been feeling a little all over the place. So it's not working right now. So you can have this. What do you want to watch? So anyways, yeah, you can say hello. Hi. She had to wear my sweatshirt that I got from Alexa. I know you can't hear anyone because they're in my ears. I don't know why this isn't. Oh, there we go. I use my headphones. Yeah, I have my headphones. Okay. Headphones. She's a comeback coach. Well, she had never left. I mean, she never like didn't leave, but she did take like a little like sabbatical as well, or like time off, and felt like this was time to come back and felt aligned with what. Yeah, she does love me a lot. It's very cute when I pick her up from school. I won't lie. She's very excited to see me, and that feels good. Where's PBS Kids? No, we'll do PBS Kids. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen also with, oh, did I find it? Okay, hold on, let me pull it up. Actually, I have it right here. Wait, okay, so can you see this? But then if I switch tabs, can you see this? Can you see you can see new client text? Okay, so I have this open and then I have this and yes, and I created, okay, Lily, I hear you, babe, I hear you. The remote just stalls. So I'm curious, what would you like to edit together, or I guess work on together? What would be most helpful for you guys? Either, yeah. Either of them. So this is the coach one, but I'm gonna say, what did she call it? It's like,
She did boot camper.
okay.
I don't know how I feel about it. It just feels so cliche, like
I know.
little techie. But also I don't call them boot camps, so
I don't either. We could just say brand new sister. We'll just do that for now. I don't know. Does that sound okay? We can tweak it.
Yeah.
Let me see the chat. Oh, okay. Oh, you're on your phone. Oh, Molly, if you go all the way over to the left, or like if you scroll all the way over to the right, you won't see us, but you should be able to see this, I believe. There you go. There you go. Okay. Hey, Lily, this is what you're going to watch, okay? Have that. Bentley gave that to you, okay? I'm almost done. I'll be done soon, okay? Thank you. Daniel Tiger to the rescue. Okay. And then my 10-year-old is watching who knows what.
I was gonna bring up the one that Evie and I use. Like,
is it like this?
It's similar. Let's see. See if I can't find it pretty quick.
It's like a checklist type.
Yeah, like that we included in our first email.
Do you want to send it text? I could, if you text it to me or the link, I could open it on here.
Okay.
I think it was, let me pull up the pictures I had too. And if anyone has, Sarah, do you, and Mary, do you guys have something that you guys use as well? Or what is it that you guys, have you, or are you tweaking yours as well? Totally just curious. Also, Sarah, I'm assuming you're putting baby to bed, so sorry to like, oh,
Yeah,
there.
I don't have any particular systems. Like I just keep track of who I follow and who I'm messaging.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't have anything like write down.
Okay. Cool.
that.
So, yay. So hopefully this is helpful.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, no, of course. That's kind of how what I feel like I've been doing too. Like I just have like a checklist, even in a Google like spreadsheet. Which I,
So yeah, oh sorry.
no, go
I
for it.
have a welcome email that I've been using, and it was like a little welcome guide that I honestly feel like it's a lot. Sometimes people just want to glance at a quick list.
Yeah.
So I think I might keep that in addition to a list and just say, hey, if you want to do a deep dive, here you go. Here's the welcome guide. It's something I got off of Etsy a while back, and I tweaked.
Okay.
But I really want to revamp it.
Yeah. No, I love that. I like the welcome guide. Like almost like saying like 10-step checklist welcome guide.
Oh, I like that. That's a really good idea.
Instead of like that. Yeah.
And I feel like a guide doesn't need to be big. The one I have is honestly really long. And some people like it, but at the same time, people just want to glance and just get started.
Yeah. And you know, I was talking to you guys might remember her, Megan Kathleen, who used to take like the pictures and stuff for us. Do you remember her? Okay. So she's a coach again with Amy Silverman. And she was messaging me kind of about this, and something she was finding was that actually this was a little overwhelming for her people. And I don't know if that's because she works with nurses or what, but something she was talking about was and actually this is kind of what like your coach Bestie puts out is like a 5-day email system. So again, like you can do whatever you want with it, but she was talking about graying out like certain steps and then just sending it kind of one by one. So like you could, you know, send them this welcome guide, but have like 2 through 10 grayed out and just start with number 1 and then kind of go from there. So I feel like everyone and their brain is going to be different, which is probably why learning how each person receives it. Oh, cool. You sent it to me. Okay. Let me stop my share so I can open it.
Yeah, there's going to be a fine line between overwhelming someone and making sure that they feel like
empowered,
they can be successful.
Oh, I love this.
So this is Evie, all Evie. And that, so we do like, you know, schedule your first call. Here's the apps that way, because that's where we run our groups. We're going to be transitioning to Facebook, but it's still important to have the app for many different reasons, just to have that extra value. Yeah. And then the support sisterhood is within the app, but that's the link to get to our current group. And then that's a video to learn how to take your before and afters, the nutrition quiz and the fitness form. The nutrition quiz is the Beachbody one. The fitness form is what each of us had created to just narrow down, like, do you want like a 20-minute workout? Do you prefer HIIT? Do you like 30 to 45 minutes? Do you like, you know, like describing the different trainers so you can find out.
Can you see this?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Oh, this is great. Honestly, like I'd rather just use this. Wait, this is so good. Okay. Yeah, I think I will just edit it, or if Evie ever wants to share the template, that'd be cool.
Not on, but we could bug her for it. But
yeah, no, I'm sure she would. But this is amazing. I love this.
It's a mix of the Beachbody stuff, the Beachbody resources, but also personalized. And of course, that form goes back to you, you know, which fitness form. So that way, when you do have your one-on-one, you can say, you know, you can have that as a reference. And that 5 daily habits, that's what another thing that Evie created. And then the onboarding call, that's like a once a month thing that she and I do, or once every couple of months, to just have like a solid, it's like an hour and a half long call, but it has literally everything laid out. So if they can listen to it, in the background, chunk it throughout their first week, that sort of thing. I feel like it's hard to commit to, but it's so valuable, but it's hard to, get people to actually like think that they have to sit down and listen to it. So
Totally.
that one I think we're going to play with a little bit, but overall that's pretty much like the quick start checklist that we had.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, what you could do with the onboarding call is say, listen to the live that's in the Facebook group to make sure you know what to expect and how to plan best for your journey or something like that. So that way it's all like leading them back to the Facebook group and then it's already there. I don't know, that just to give an idea, it just popped in my head. I love this. Okay. I think what I'll do is I will just edit maybe the other one too. And that way, I mean, Evie can share the link or I'll just edit it. That's fine. I think she probably lost service or had to hop off. Because I think this is so simple and exactly what we were gonna probably do. So
and it's a good like start, like the quick start. And then we could also like follow up after that 10 days of sending that more detailed one. So that way they can get an idea of like the quick start, like they're excited, they want to see what it's all about. And then after that, like 14 days, like the first 2 weeks, be able to send in that second one, because then they're halfway through using their supplements, hopefully, and getting a feel for their program and kind of just starting to feel things out and feel a bit more confident. And of course, if we're checking in those first 10 days, then they'll be more apt to see what the next step is. And you could word it that way, like, you've been so consistent, I'm really excited for you, here's a bit more in depth of what value you're really getting out of this. Didn't want to overwhelm you with all of it, you're getting started though, and this is kind of maybe that extra like next level, like stage 2 of their journey, kind of that sort of feel. And so it like breeds that extra confidence behind what they're doing, that they're doing what's going to work for them.
I love that. Yeah. And Sarah, you asked me if I use Facebook or BOD. So Amanda and I were just talking and I mentioned I love both, but for what I've found to be more engaging, in my opinion, and just a way that I feel like just feels aligned is Facebook. So that's why Amanda said, still have the app to track. And like I was telling her when we were talking the other day, like I need that for my own personal accountability of like tracking in the app, having those resources. But if you want, I can share you our Facebook group so you can see what it is that we do. Oh, hey, Evie, you're back. I was just saying that PDF is amazing. So if you want to like shoot the Canva link or the link, that would be amazing, because I'm sitting here like, wait. And Sarah, you mentioned like, I feel like I've been flying by the seat of my pants. I feel the same in a sense. And so that has not felt good. And I'm sitting here like, this is my full-time thing. I need to have better systems. So this is so helpful for me too. So Evie, that's amazing. And I love it a lot. But I was just going to show you
really quick. Oh,
yeah, no, go for it. I'll pull up my screen and you keep talking.
It's one thing that I like to do is to use that as a tracker to see, like, because I feel like sometimes you have people who are like fully engaged and enroll and do everything. And then sometimes you'll have people who kind of slack to get started and this and that. And then this helps you gauge like where everyone is in the onboarding journey. And then you can follow up with them based on that. And then one thing I will say too is that not all of them are actually going to fill out the entire guide. So don't feel bad if they don't, as long as they get started and then they figure out like, where the group is and where their information is. And in the end, this is all just kind of extra and guidance. In the end, they're gonna run with it the way it works for them. So just wanted to share that, because before I used to get all bummed out that they wouldn't follow through the entire thing, but then they like most of the time they just pick and choose what they need and want in their journey, and then that's okay too. So just wanted to share that.
Yeah, no, I love that. And yeah, I feel like everyone's so different, but I do feel like that checklist kind of hits everyone. Do you know what I mean? Like it kind of hits everybody's different mindset. So I love that. And maybe even saying like, this is a checklist, pick and choose what's going to be best for you when you get started. But these are things that can help you. And with also, I'll share a few more PDFs from my nutrition course that I'm taking, that if you guys have like a client where you're like, I don't know where they're at, like you have that fitness checklist, like you could even send them a PDF and have them check off. So we can just give each other different options for different people, because a form might be great, a PDF might be great. Who knows? It just depends. I love what you just said, Sarah, as well about the nutrition focused thread. So something I'm going to do, we can talk about for the XB and Sweat launch, is I'm not going to have a new group. I'm going to have a thread. And something that I've loved is Yuli actually created a thread for Lift More that included men, and I'm in it because I asked her if I could be a part of it with Andrew. And it's been great. Like people just post in there, message in there, post their sweaty selfies in there. And so I don't want to create another group, but I do want to have a thread for the specific people that are starting that. And I might start toying around with that for launches, because I like having my Facebook group, and I can still post my pictures in there too, which I will do. But then it gives me a way of, because sometimes there are new people, right? And it gives them like a more intimate space, because maybe sometimes the groups do feel intimidating or overwhelming or whatnot for that new person that's just getting started. So that's just another idea, that maybe you do have some new people join and the Facebook group seems a little intimidating and they just want to be in a thread. So it's up to you, well, you know, what you want to do with that. But I will show you what I have for our thread. So I run it with Molly, Kirsten, and Danielle, and we switch off days of posting. This is, so I edited the picture, like the, you know, the Your Coach Bestie, to have kind of who is the leader, so they see our faces. And then I pin the thread. So we have a thread for every single week. So we don't have people posting their sweaty selfies every single day in the thread. It's just that week. And I tag everyone in this thread, so they're always alerted when someone is posting a sweaty selfie, or maybe they posted on that thread and they hadn't worked out yet and they saw Amanda post, and then they were like, oh, I should post, or I should get my workout done too. So this is today, obviously. So today it was a little quiet, not gonna lie. And so Priscilla posted, I posted, then I said, everyone, I said, where are you at, girl? She said, just forgot to take pictures. Same with Elsa, and then Ty as well. And so then she posted. So sometimes it is also tagging your people. And then there's that thread that you can, you know, tag them with. And so here we go. And then so Kirsten posted the other day. So that's the only things that we post on here. And we don't really expect people to always post on these ones. It's really just for value add. And then of course you can add your nutrition and stuff in here too. So this is what we do. And then I made that event for last week, the Decade of Destiny, and then just the community home. So I also restart it like every 3 months, or I will go through and kind of sift through who hasn't been participating. I actually did make a post like, hey, who's here? If you don't respond to this, I'm just going to remove you, because I'll just assume that you're not like actively, and then I'll check in with them, right? Like that would be a time to check in with them one-on-one. So that's what has been working so far for us, what we do.
Do you allow people to have like access to post on the feed, or is it only admins posting on the feed and then they have to post in the comments?
So I've never actually like ex-nayed anyone from posting in the feed. They just know to post on the thread. Okay. So I've actually never had anyone. Yeah.
They have like questions or post nutrition or something, like I know, and that's why like having the bot app would be really helpful, because then they could screenshot their, you know, nutrition for the day and then share it.
And I would still do it. I still do it on the thread, because I let them know that it just can get lost in the mix, and I don't want to not see it. So if they post on the thread, then everyone will see it. And then maybe their question, someone will have another question based off of their question. So it's a very much more like a group thing, versus like I might see their question in the feed, but a client might not, and it would just benefit that other client. So yeah, so that's just kind of, I make it about them and about the whole group, not about like organization on my part,
Sure.
you know,
Yeah,
even
like-
though it really is nice for my brain to see everyone right there.
And then you can see who's pretty consistent about responding to people's stuff. And then you can reach out and offer the coaching opportunity because you see them being really consistent and,
Yep.
and be able to like see that a little bit better.
Yeah. So then other people really post on everyone else. Like Ty is a huge supporter in our group, and I've mentioned it a few times, and she'll get there. She hasn't yet, but it's been really cool to see her posting and cheering other people on. So
Cool. Well,
yeah.
from here,
I think what I'll do is I'll kind of I'll make that PDF and share it with everyone, so that way we're not, I know it's getting later and whatnot. I will share that, and then we can kind of go from there and tweak it. Maybe I'll make it kind of open so everyone can edit it. So because my kids keep coming in. Yeah.
I need my milk.
You need milk? Okay, give me 1 sec. Okay.
I think it's just a lot to digest too. And I
Yeah.
think all of your brains are going and trying to figure out, you know, what would be good for our individual groups. So maybe to have some time to sit on it and then be able to go back to it or collab with our individual teams and see what would work best. So
Yeah, let's do that.
Great start of the conversation, kind of part one.
Yeah.
In a
Yeah.
couple-
And, you know, if you think of anything, let's just keep collabing on this, right, in our chat thread. And then that way, like you said, we can digest and go from there. Cause I agree. My brain is like, okay, I have so many ideas now and I need to like sit and think.
Yeah, maybe like in a month, we can come back to this. That might be, so that way we can kind of get an idea. Go ahead.
How about we schedule a post like a month from now and be like, hey, let's circle back on this. And then that way, because it can be information overload when we're like implementing new things and then we see all these other things. But I think if we kind of like say, okay, this is a system we want to develop all of us, you know, unilaterally, then we can actually, you know, start building on the system and then see if it works. Because then like we can all be like, oh yeah, and then like when we implement it, maybe it didn't work, or maybe someone had a tweak, and then if we have like a thread of that specific topic, and then kind of like what you said in the challenge group, right? But in the team page, it's just a thread about this system that we want to implement, and then we're all kind of giving each other feedback and support, and then that way we can see what is and isn't working for each one of us, and then we can actually see who's implementing it. If someone has a question, there's a space for it, and it's not creating a whole bunch of chats and a whole bunch of stuff. It's in the team page. We're all doing it. I think that would be a really efficient way to do that, so that it's all the resources are there, the conversation is there, and then we can all just kind of move forward and see where we're at. I know whenever we do have something like that, and then I see people posting, it reminds me like, oh shoot, I need to add that to my to-do list this week, because it fell off of the, you know, it kind of like fell off my radar, and now, you know, we're able to come back to it. But this is awesome, because I know Amanda brought up switching ours to Facebook for a bit, and I'm like, actually, I've been toying with the idea, so this is like perfect.
Amanda, do you mean like the guide?
Mom, go outside. Mom, go.
Like in the Facebook groups, how you can have like guides for different things. Like, I don't know, I can't even think of any at the top of my head, but I think
Like for you getting started, like you could even then tag your new clients in there, like, hey, start here, or
Mhm.
this is, yeah, I like, yeah.
and I think that would be a good spot for us to put all these resources into. That way it doesn't get scattered and kind of over drown it all.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll make that. Yes, yeah, I will. Mary, yes, I will. Okay, let's take a boomerang before anyone else hops off. And if you have any more thoughts or whatever, and Evie, good idea on posting or scheduling a post. I will do that so that we circle back to it. All right, let me just close out the, all right, I'm gonna mute myself. Yay. Okay. I hope you all have a good night, and I'll post those in a little bit once I get these munchkins to bed. Okay. Good night.